Hey, what's up, guys? Gangster Jeweler here. So today we're going to be working on a hollow Cuban style link chain that comes to us from one of our customers, local customers. And we got two things here. We're actually working on it because another jeweler, they wasn't happy with the other jeweler's work, so it broke here. But let me zoom you guys in here. It broke here, but right here is where another jeweler had fixed it. Is it right there? Yeah, right here. So you see how that, let me see if I can get that in there. See how that link is kind of smashed? And then also it's solid. See these three links here? They're solid, they can't move. They got seized together. And the customer's not happy with that. And you see them three links right there are solid. And they took it some other place and they fixed it, and they were not happy with that. Unfortunately, the only way you're going to fix that, you can't unseize them, is you have to cut those three links out. Now I can understand why it might have seized, because these links are super tight together, woven in. There's not very much room to weld. So we're going to tackle this a little bit different so we don't have them seize up like that. So at any rate, that is what we're working on today. We got a new brake here. I think we're gonna do the new brake first. And I think the way we're going to tackle this is we're going to have to cut, to try to keep it from seizing, we're going to have to cut it. We're going to have to, instead of, normally I would, the way I would do it is I would cut it on the top here. On the top, link it in and then weld it on the top. Because I usually don't like to mess with these grooves, because then sometimes the links won't set in just right and you got to kind of modify it a little bit. But that is probably the only way we're going to be able to do it, is through the top here, because if we try to do it from the sides, that's why the other jeweler had a problem with them seizing, because normally that's kind of how you would like to do it, but with these being so tightly woven in, you can't really do it from the sides of the links. You're going to have to do it in the front part there, up here. And it looks like this link is already split. It's really hard to see, but it's split. Let me see that. So we are going to try to go ahead and weave this into that spot. If we can. Sorry, I gotta adjust my camera a little bit, guys. If we can, let's see. Well, first we gotta try to get it open. And these are hollow links. These are not solid links, so we're gonna have to be careful. You find you work on a lot more hollow jewelry than you do solid jewelry, just because hollow jewelry just doesn't hold up as good as solid, like a solid rope. Like, I'm a big fan of solid ropes or solid Figaros. I kind of don't like Figaros though, because over time with the links rubbing back and forth, the ends will wear down on them. But that's just me. The two worst chains that I hate are herringbone and Francos. Herringbones are the worst, and Francos are about just as bad. Sorry, I'm just looking for some pliers here to see if I can try to open up this link just a little bit. Open it up just a little bit. Sorry, it's really hard to get this woven in there because this is freaking so tiny. And it being hollow doesn't help. Oh boy, this is. I tell you, lately we ain't getting no easy repairs, are we? Always little complicated ones. But I don't mind. I like the challenge. Alright, let's see if we can get this woven in there. Hopefully we can. These are hard to work with. Wouldn't be so bad if these links were bigger and wasn't so tightly woven in. Come on. All right. Finally got it woven in there. Now, we need to try to straighten that out a little bit so that we can then try to get it welded if we can. And unfortunately, because these links are so close together, we can't really sorry, let me zoom you guys back out here. Can't really weld it all the way through. You just have to tack it on the top because otherwise yep, it's gonna be that one right there. All right, let's grab our little scissors here. Okay, this is going to be interesting to say the least. Now, like I said, we're going to have to use very, very, very little solder, and we're probably not going to be able to pull it all the way through because the links will seize like the other jeweler had done, just because they're so tightly woven together. So unfortunately, all we're really going to be able to do, since they don't like them seized and they don't want them seized, is we have to just kind of tack the top of that link to keep it together. We might be able to pull the solder through, maybe. We'll give it a shot, but I'm not banking on it, but sometimes you never know. But let me cut a little piece of solder here. We don't want a very big piece, just a little piece. And some flux for you guys. Flux helps the solder go easier. And then there's some times where you might not want to use flux because it'll bubble up, like when you're putting stones in. It'll bubble the stone up, make it move and lose. There we go. All right. I'm going to zoom you guys in here and see how we do. See how this is going to work out here. Done. Find our solder that we just cut. And let's see if we can't get this bad boy welded together. I'm going to burn some of that flux off of there, just a little bit. Gotta adjust my flame a little bit here, just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to try to keep you guys in focus here. Well, we are going to have to cut us another piece of solder here, unfortunately, because I don't know who worked on this before, but apparently it's been worked on in a couple places. So I don't know if y'all seen that. Looks like some easy solder was in there at one point, and it kind of went back on us just a little bit. So we are going to have to remedy that here. See if we can't fill that void in. Well, we lost our solder, guys. That ain't nothing new, huh? Yeah, sometimes when you put it on the pick, it don't transfer to the piece too well, and I'm still kind of learning how to film as I'm doing the repairs, trying to keep you guys in focus. It's almost like learning a new trick, but I'm getting better at it, by all means. I am just looking for my tweezers. What the frig? Things are disappearing on me. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? I just used them yesterday. I know they couldn't have went that far. Alright, temporarily we're going to use these. But let's grab our solder. Ah, you bitch. Alright. Let's grab our solder here. Get it back over here. Now these are the things you don't hear. Most jewelers, they do a lot of cussing. You don't really hear about it, but that's because you guys usually don't get to see them work in the back. But you're getting to see it here first live. Zoom you guys in, try to keep you in focus here. See if we can't bridge that gap. Thanks to another easy solder user. Alright, our solder fell again, so let's grab our solder. I'm just being very careful because we don't want to seize these links together like the other jeweler had done. Although I can't really knock on them. I mean, these things are woven in really, really tight. This is, might seem simple in theory, but this is definitely a job. Sorry guys, trying to keep you in focus here. Alright guys, I think we did it. I think we did it. I hope we did it. Yeah, see. Alright, what we need to do is file that down now a little bit. Because right now the link's not really sitting correctly. Which is why I don't really like to weld them in the top there. Because here, let me show you. So, if you look right there, so we welded it in the top of the link, and you can see it ain't sitting right. You can see how it's bowed upward right there. That's normally why I would do it on the side and not in the joints, but in this case we really didn't have much of an option here. Just because these links are super pain in the ass. But let's go ahead and see if we can file that down a little bit and make it even again. Change my wheel out here. Alright. Sorry guys, I gotta adjust the camera again real quick here. Yeah, that part right there. Alright, let's see. This is going to be a little difficult trying to hold this tiny little link in place where we need to file it down at. Yeah, these things are the worst. I might put these in third. Hollow, tight woven links, I think, goes in third behind Herringbone and Franco's. I might come across something different that might take that place, but for now, I think it's going to go in third. Sorry guys, I'm just looking to see what part is sticking up. Yeah, these links are terrible. Still sticking up a little bit too much for my liking here. Boy, these things are hard to hold in place anyways. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a rubber mallet and we're going to gently, very gently, tap on this link very gently to try and flatten it out a little better. And I think that is going to be the best we probably are going to get that. I could probably file that down a little bit more. Let's file it down just a tad bit more. Alright guys, I think that is going to be, it's going to be about the closest we get. Right there. Looks pretty even now. So we got one link done and we're still all movable. They're not seized together. See, they're all movable. They're not seized together. So that's one part down. Now we need to tackle where this other jeweler welded at, which is right here, which you can see them three links are solid. They don't budge at all. So unfortunately, the only way we're going to be able to fix that is we have to cut it out. So we're going to cut the end of this link here, if we can. Well, those cutters don't seem to want to cut for some reason, so let's break out the big guns here. You may just have to do it with the big boy to get a nice clean cut there. Not gonna get cut all the way through. And you got to be careful because when you're working with these hollow links, sometimes they will, when you go to open them up, oh, excuse me, when you go to open them up, they will split on the opposite end of the link. So you try to open it up here, it will split back here. So you have to be careful and mindful of that. Still don't think we got this thing open. Why does it not want to cut? Come on. Dang. Why don't you want to cut? Okay, it might be open now. Okay, yeah, it's open now. Alright, I'm gonna zoom out for just a second, guys. We're gonna try and see if we can't get this thing unhooked here. There we go. Alright, there's our one piece that we cut. Now, let me zoom you guys back in here. So, there's our piece that we cut. This side though, we're only taking this part out, and we don't want to cut a good link over here. So we're going to cut one of the bad links to be able to unhook it from this side. So we don't want to cut the good link, we want to cut the bad link. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. And since we're cutting a bad link, I'm not really worried about trying to be as careful on that side. Just because we're cutting the bad link. But this whole section here is no good. Alright. Let's go ahead and cut her. Alright, we got her cut. See if we can't slip that out of there. There we go. Now we got our bad piece out of there. You can see it's just solid. You can't do nothing with it. And like I said, I can't really blame the other jeweler. It's just I would have tackled it a little different so that they wouldn't have seized like that. But hey, back in the day when I was starting, you know, I learned the hard way. And you're gonna learn the hard way sometimes. It's just the way it is. But you only get better by doing it. You have to do it, unfortunately, you know. I can show you the techniques, but you got to get on the bench. Practice is everything. Practice is everything. Now we're going to see if we can try to get this woven in on this side here. I think nope. No bueno. Alright, we got her linked in there. Damn it, now I gotta find out where the link is at. There it is, right there. Okay. So I'm gonna zoom you guys out for just a second. We're gonna get our locking tweezers. Now you don't want to lock on these very, very tight because they are hollow links. So you don't want to crush the links. But you do need something to hold it to where you can weld it. Okay. Let's hope that there ain't easy solder on this link somewhere and don't blow back like the other one did. Or we have to fill in the gap. Alright. So we're going to do just like we did this other piece. Or other link. Hopefully minus the link blowing back on us. And I dropped a wheel somewhere here. Sorry guys, we gotta go wheel searching. Now it's all dirty, huh? That's alright. There we go. Alright, so we got our boric acid denatured alcohol on there. Let's go ahead and give it a quick heat. Burn some of that off. Let's put us some flux on here. And let's hope that it doesn't burn back on us. That would be nice. I would love this chain long time. I love you long time. All right. Well, looks like we're gonna have to get some gold solder soon. I'm about down to a quarter sheet. So, got plenty of white gold though. Something you want to do if you got solder, different solders, I always color them. Like white gold I color blue, yellow I color like a yellow with a permanent marker. This way if you cut a piece and you leave it, or if you find a piece and you got the color on it, you know what it is. So it's just a good little tip. So let's go ahead and see if we can't do this without much trouble. Come on, get on the pick. Yeah, come on. What's wrong with you? There we go. Now for the fun part. We gotta adjust you guys a little bit here. And we're going for round 2. Round 2 fight. Okay. Let's hope and pray, hope and pray. We're going to burn some of that flux off. Well, so far the solder is not quite wanting to cooperate, but we are going to try get it on there and see if can't get her to flow. You're going the wrong fucking way. Oh, you bitch. Come on, don't do this. You piece of shit. Alright. Well, this one did the same thing the other one did. burned back just a tad. Not a biggie, not a biggie. I got a funny feeling this thing has been worked on a lot, because the store I got this from, they were like, I don't know who the hell they were using, but it didn't seem like they were happy. So we're trying to make them happy. But in the meantime, I've cut some solder and it has gone missing somewhere. Where'd you go? Where did you go? Where did you go? What the frig? Alright, we're going to cut us another piece. That one disappeared. I'm a magician as well. I forgot to tell you guys that. I'm also a magician. Alright, got us another piece here. Who knows what happened to the other one? And we're going to come at this with a little bit more heat. I know that sounds counterintuitive since it burned back, but I have my reason for that. Mainly because this solder that we already have on there, plus sorry guys, trying to keep you in focus here. Oh, come on. I lost our solder somewhere there. Alright, hold on. I gotta zoom you guys back out. We're gonna have to reset this one up a little bit. I need to take a good look at it real fast. Okay. Where'd our solder go? Can we save it? Well, that is the story of my life, dropping solder. That's okay. We're just trying to take our time and be careful, because we do not want these links to seize together. That is the last thing we want. Alright, let's give this another shot here. Zoom you guys in. We could not find that solder, so we are going to be using another piece here. That's why I say it's always good to have a drawer at the bottom, catch some of it, because you're gonna drop solder. It's just the name of the game. And we just dropped our solder again. What it is, I'm being very careful where I'm trying to hold it in place while it's also soldering, and it's causing it to fall off the pick before it adheres to the piece. Oh, you bitch. Come on, where'd you fall to? I see you. Come on, baby. Oh my God. Solder, quit falling off. If I was just welded it on there, but I'm trying to push it and keep it where I want it to go. So we're being very, very Boy, I tell you, we ain't been getting no easy ones, have we, guys? Oh, you bitch. You fucking bitch. Alright. Cut us another piece of solder. I wish this went as smoothly as the first one did, because dang, this one is not cooperating for us today. That's alright, we're going to get it. It's just going to take us, looks like it's going to take us a couple tries. Okay. If you're first starting on a chain, I do not recommend welding on a hollow chain if it's your first chain. That's just something you don't want to do. God dang. I'm gonna cut us another piece here. One of these days I might get an easy repair that I'll be able to film for you guys, but all these ones I've been getting lately, it's almost like I'm getting ones that either jewelers are messing up or they don't want to do. They're not, I'm not gonna say they're complicated, but they're not very simple, you know. Like, I ain't getting no jump ring repairs or no solid rope repairs, all hollow crap and stone settings that the settings are jewelers probably don't want to mess with. Where is there you are. All right, we found our solder. Let's adjust this back up a little bit. Go at it with a little bit hotter flame. A little bit hotter. But I'm not knocking other jewelers. You know, everybody does the best they can, you know. And I've helped jewelers out and they've helped me out, you know. So I'm not knocking them. But sometimes it's just like, why are you guys taking all the easy ones, giving me all the hard ones? Alright, I gotta look and see what we got here. Not quite. Sorry guys, trying to keep you in focus here. Oh my god, you piece of shit. And now you see why they didn't care if they seized the links or not on that one section that we just took out, because it would have been a lot more work to try to do it this way. And it's just easier and quicker, just seize them and go. Sorry guys. Come on. You can do it. Alright, this thing might... God, I don't even know if that link is going to work now. You know what? It might. It damn sure might. Kind of looks like shit right now, but we're gonna straighten that out. We got a lot of excess gold there, but that's because gold kept trying to run off on us. But we're gonna fix that. Yep. Oh yeah. We may have got that. Don't look like we're seized anywhere. Just like the other link. So let's see if we can shape this up a little bit. Just because right now it looks all kinds of weird. Hold on, let me readjust my camera here, guys. Sorry. Okay, starting to kind of come into shape. I'm far from happy with it just yet, but we're gonna see how this turns out. Just trying to find a way to hold the link where I need it without it moving. All right, now we're going to do like we did with the other side, the other link. We're just gonna lightly tap on our spot that we're working on there. And we still have to file some of this down. Alright, let's just see. I need to get this side down a little more. Alright, let's come back over here. Let's do a little bit of tapping. Alright, we still got to do some filing down here. Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep you in focus here best I can. It looks pretty good, guys. It feels fairly smooth. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. So you can see we got it right here is where we fixed it at. We got it nice and flat now. Remember how that was sticking up pretty bad? We got that about the best it's gonna look for these hollow chains and not having it seized. So it took a little more work, but we did manage to get that straight for you. So we got the bad piece out of there. We got it all back together again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this in ultrasound for a little bit, and then we'll go buff it, and then we'll come back and look at the finished product, guys. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're ready to buff this chain now. We got a little bit of, we're going to try to start with the links first that we welded, and then we'll do the whole chain. But first we're going to start with where we welded at first. And before we do that, it might help if I bring my rouge from the desk back over here to the buffer. Now this is a hollow chain, so remember, we're just being very light and careful with this thing, because these hollow links will break in a hurry. Hollow chains are just very unforgiving all the way around on the buffer and the bench. Alright, let's find our other spots. Which is going to be right here somewhere. Boy, these links are so tiny. So tiny. Alright guys, let's go ahead and do the whole chain now. Because otherwise it's going to look funny, as you can see. That would look rather weird. Let me find a spot where so you can tell where we polished and where we haven't. So we need to do the whole chain. Otherwise it ain't gonna look, it's gonna look weird. Now again, this is hollow, so we want to be careful. We have got to be careful. We don't want to put a lot of pressure. Just very little pressure. Very little pressure. Okay, we're going to go back the same way on the same, or back the other way on the same side. Okay, we got one spot here that has kinked up a little bit. So let's go ahead and get that straight. Yeah, these links are just so tightly woven together that they lock into each other, or like to get tangled up in each other. Alright, that's the one side. Now let's flip her over and do the other side. And then we're just going to go back on the same side, just the opposite direction. And we're just going slow, taking our time. We don't want to be in a hurry, especially with this hollow chain. All right. So we got her all polished up now. We need to dip her into ultrasound though, get rid of all this rouge that we got on here. Just one little thing here. Okay. Alright guys, we got her cleaned and polished. We're going to go dip her into ultrasound and then we'll come back and look at the finished product, guys. Be right back. Alright guys, we're back with that necklace. You can see we got it all cleaned and polished, looking good. We got the one spot fixed. Let me see if I can try. I don't know if I can. See if I can find where the spot we fixed it at. There's two spots that we fixed it in. I'm going to rotate it here. And I really can't tell. I was going to try to show it to you, but I can't really find it. Not once it's polished, which is the way it should be. But we got them 3 links that were solid out of there, and we've got all movable links again, and we fixed the one break where it was broke. So if you would like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. If you'd like to leave a comment, I usually try to reply to all of them. Usually I do reply to all of them if I can. And if you'd like for me to do your repairs, the link will be down in the description to my Etsy shop. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, the link for that will be in the description as well. But it's not required. It just helps the channel grow. But this is the Gangster Jeweler, guys. and I'll see you on the next one.